Great seeing you here again. My name is Luc de Koster, founder of the Koster Academy, and we are talking about the PMBOK 7th edition. We're looking into tailoring, models, methods, and artifacts, and we're looking at what to tailor. But before we continue, do not forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. So let's have a look at what do we have to tailor. What are the things we have to apply tailoring to? It's very important to tailor because it will help us to have a better organization of the project, reduce non-value added work, and what are the different aspects we can consider. First of all, we can look at the life cycle and the development approach selection. What type of life cycle and what development approach is the best fit for the project? The processes, what are the processes we need and up to what level? We also have to look at engagement, the different tools we are going to use, the complexity of the tools, simple tools, more complex tools, the methods that we are implementing, and the artifacts that we are using. Now, the other thing is, when we look at the tailoring of the life cycle and the development approach, we look at the project life cycle selection. We have to see what project phases are important parts of tailoring. More complex projects may have more phases than less complex ones. On the other element, the development approach is another way where we can apply tailoring. Smaller, less complex projects may have a single development approach, while more complex projects may have a hybrid life cycle that can be adapted to the difficult parts of the project. Now, when we look at the processes, and tailoring, we can apply adding elements. We can add things to the processes that are in our specific case necessary for the project. We may find out that the process that we have described as a standard project is not sufficient. We may modify certain elements. We can look at modification of documents and reports. We may take certain items out of these documents and the reports, which are not, in fact, important for the project. We may remove complete projects or documents, and we evaluate them. If they don't bring any value add to the project, it may be a good choice to remove the documents or the processes or the methods and the artifacts that we are using. We look at blending, we look at combining different elements, and finally, we want to align. It means we want to harmonize different elements to increase consistency. We have to find that everything is aligned to each other, that it feels like one big project and not a set of elements that we are going to do for the project. When we look at tailoring engagement, when we look at the people who are involved, we have to look at the following elements. First of all, the people itself. We have to evaluate the skills, the capabilities, and experience, and we want to assemble the best team for the project. Overqualified people will not help you. They will only increase the costs. Underqualified people will destroy parts of the project, will make you spend more money, will increase the cost, will introduce problems. So we have to look at evaluating the people. Do they have the skills? Do they have the capabilities and the experience to work on this project? Empowerment is very important. We want to select the responsibilities that we will assign to the team. And it also depends on the project complexity and the team skills, capability and experience. Giving empowerment to people who are not ready for it will in fact not be good because they need the support at that moment. So we have to evaluate what is the level of the team and what can they do on their own, yes or no. We can look at integration. We can integrate people from suppliers, customers, and other people into the team to improve performance and success. It improves the communication between the different people, and whatever improves the cooperation will also improve the outcomes of the project. When we look at tools, methods, and artifacts, we can consider a lot of tools there are a lot of tools that exist. Selecting a tool which is good for your project, it doesn't mean to take the best tool there is on the market. Tools with too many possibilities, it will introduce complexity. Do the people know this? Is this really necessary for the project? Because the more complex tools are also more expensive. It will cost you a lot more money. Now we have to see what project management information systems that we have. There may be very interesting integrated systems, but they may be too complex in certain cases, while in other projects, they are really exactly what we need. Now, the methods is the same. We have to adjust the methods to the project, its complexity, and the environment that we are working in. Artifacts typically relate to documents and templates and calculations that we are going to do. And we have to see, do we need these forms? Do we need those complex forms for our reports for this project? We may use the forms like they are. We may adjust elements, but we can also reduce their content or even remove the documents and the reports completely. All depends on the complexity of the project and its environment. So that was it for this video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye-bye.